everybody. Thank you for visiting my YouTube channel, and today I'd like to talk about something really interesting that came out of the UK a number of years ago. A group of archaeologists uncovered a mass grave of knights and soldiers. This was the largest mass grave of medieval knights ever uncovered in the condition that they were. They were well-preserved skeletal remains. The battle was the Battle of Towton that they had died in 1461 on March 29th during a blizzard. So it was quite tough conditions that they had fought under. The wounds were pretty horrific. When they were looked at, the archaeologists were quite shocked by the brutality that they had seen on these skeletal remains. As you can see here, this knight or soldier took a tremendous slash across the head, almost severing the head in half. What a brutal, ungodly, ghastly sight it must have been as blood gushed out of their face and they died probably immediately. As you can see on this skull and the next skull, the side of the skull has been bashed in, likely by a mace or some other blunt weapon that just hit the side of the head with tremendous force. One can only imagine if they were even wearing a helmet and it smashed through the helmet. Horrific sight again to see. As you can see here, this skull has a puncture wound in the side of the head. Somebody probably wielded a warhammer which had a spike on the end of it, which was designed to go right through armor. So if this person was wearing a helmet, it would have made no difference. If wielded with tremendous force, it would go straight through. It would do the same to a breastplate, shin guard, or whatever it came in contact with, as that's what it was designed to do. Another horrific way to die. So here is the next skull. This is the one they actually did the reconstruction on. If you look at the left side of the face, it has a catastrophic wound, likely caused by a polearm. If we also look at the left jawline, you will see an old wound. It looks like a sword blow came from above and left and severed that jaw. What fascinates doctors and archaeologists, anthropologists, is how well this jaw healed. This is obviously an old wound that was caused many years before in perhaps a long forgotten battle, but it is healed extremely well. It was set. We can see a lack of infection that had set in because there would have been obvious signs of that in the bone structure. So it brings to mind that perhaps our perception of medieval medicine isn't as accurate as we think. They had a very good understanding of battlefield medicine, and this person likely had the money to get that kind of treatment. Now, here is the reconstruction, and that wound gives the person a lot of character as a warrior. If we look, they have a very battle-hardened look on their face. They were found to be roughly about 50 years old, so they were definitely a wise, seasoned warrior that most likely the troops would follow and the enemy would be afraid of, because that look is pretty frightening, and I would not want to be standing across from them because you know that person has a lot of war experience. I mean, it's interesting that we're now looking at the face of somebody who lived 550 years ago. Almost unnerving a little bit to look back in time at somebody who died so long ago in such a horrific way. Well, anyways, thank you again for watching, and I want you to like, subscribe, leave a comment if you can, and share.